Today we're gonna get to paint Pete the Cat. Pete the Cat is one of my favorite characters and it's one of my favorite books. Pete the Cat is so cool and so groovy. Today we're gonna use watercolors to paint Pete the Cat. Watercolors come in these cakes, and if you leave them out for a really long time, they get dry and none of the paint will come off. But what's really cool about watercolor cakes is that as soon as you get them wet again, they turn back into paint. So if I was to brush some water onto this white here, you can see it's starting to turn back into paint. If one of your colors gets dirty, like this white and this lime green and this yellow here, it's okay. All we have to do is get it wet, and then we'll take a paper towel and we'll wipe it clean. I won't need to use the white today because I have white paper. Once I have paint on my paper towel though, I want to make sure not to get it in another color. To keep the colors from getting all mixed up, I want to use just one color at a time, and I don't want to dip my paintbrush in the green and then dip straight into the yellow, because look what happens. It turns that yellow green. I don't want to mix my colors. Try your best not to mix your colors. When using the paintbrush, I'm going to hold the paintbrush towards the back of the paintbrush, and I'm going to try not to use my fingers to paint with, but instead move my arm and my hand, not moving my wrist or my fingers. I'm going to also take my time when I'm painting Pete the Cat. The first thing I'm going to paint is his shirt. I'm going to use the green to paint my shirt. In the book, his shirt is yellow, but you don't have to use the same colors that the book uses if you don't want to. I'm taking my time and staying inside the lines. Now that I have some of the color down, I'm actually going to go over it again and pull this up. I want you to practice today staying inside the lines and going around the buttons like this. But if you mess up, it's okay. We're just practicing today. I want you to get used to a paintbrush and get used to using watercolors. Pete's already looking groovy. Once I run out of paint, you just need to dip it in the water again and get more paint, and then you can start painting again. So if your paintbrush gets dry, just dip it in the water again and then get more paint, and you can keep painting. Remember, take your time and go slow. Now that I'm done with the green, I'm going to wash it off in the water by mixing it around in here. Then I can choose my next color. I think I'm going to paint Pete the Cat next. So I'm going to get a blue color. I'm going to put the water in it, and then I'm going to dip it one more time and get just a little bit more water. I'm ready to paint Pete. I'm going to take my time and try to stay inside the lines. It's okay if we make mistakes, but we want to try to make our best artwork, making this look nice and neat. Be very careful not to get the inside of his eye, because the inside of his eye is going to stay white, just the color of the paper white. Also, we see that his arms are down here. They're going to be the color of his skin as well. So we're going to paint that blue. And in between his shoes is his body. So we're going to paint that blue. And his tail is gonna be blue. Now that we're done painting Pete the cat, we're gonna paint his shoes. You get to decide what color you want the shoes to be. They can be red, like he stepped in strawberries, or blue, like he stepped in blueberries, or brown, like he stepped in mud, or you can make up your own. Maybe he stepped on a rainbow. I'm gonna make mine look like a rainbow today. I want you to be creative and decide what you want yours to look like. Now that we're done with our paintbrush, I want to talk to you about what kind of paintbrush we used today. We used a flat brush. The bristles are the hairs that are at the top of the brush, and since it is flat, this is called a flat brush. The metal part is called a crimp, and the handle is called the handle. Now that we're done with this part, we're going to add buttons. Pete has 4 groovy buttons. So we're gonna add 4 groovy buttons to our picture. We're gonna unscrew the glue, and we're going to put 1 dot of glue down on each button. Then we're gonna take our button and we're going to place it down on top of the glue dot. Just like that. I hope that you enjoyed making this groovy Pete the cat. I hope that you enjoyed putting his buttons on, and I hope that you were creative. Don't ever stop being creative and have fun.